Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada.
And Houston.
Ryan.
And Randy. And Brandon. All right, welcome to the Worst of the Best podcast. I am your host, and with me today is some new guest hosts, and I'm really excited because these two gentlemen are they're from the Gamagator Productions family. You guys are the newest additions. This is Randy and Brandon from the Cult 45 podcast.
Hey guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm ready to talk about these celebrities and if they deserve this money.
Hello.
I'm Brandon, aka Beat 'em Down from the show.
And I'm Random Randy Savage from the show.
Well, since you guys joined the Gamagator Productions podcast network, I started listening to your show, and you guys have a huge catalog because you've been doing this since 2016. Is that correct?
2014, technically, but like we actually started having a better quality show around 2016.
Oh, sure. I'm still waiting for the better quality show on my end, so I hear you.
Oh, come on, Ryan. Oh, get out of here.
Maybe in a few years. How did you guys meet?
Crazy story. I started the podcast Sans Randy in 2014. A couple of guys who I started with didn't want to really take the podcast as serious. It was like 5 of us originally, and it kind of dwindled down. Well, it was 2 to start. It got to 5, and then it got down to just 2 again. But one of my co-hosts basically just vanished into the ether. It was right before a big convention where we had a live show. I was in a pretty dark place in my personal life. And I was like, basically, I'm just going to go to this thing and I'm going to eat shit. And it is what it is. It's going to be done. You know, I'm going to end the show, whatever. I was heavy drinking at that time. And I've been sober for like a couple years now.
Oh, great.
But like the next morning, I was like, no, let me at least try to get some help. So I reached out. I promise I wasn't cussing.
No, that's fine.
And I reached out to the Common Palooza, little chat room area to see if there was any kind of like free agent podcasters that could help fill in the gap to where I can like have them fill in and then I can kill the show forever. Randy hit me up. I was actually familiar with Randy's show that he was on, Dogfin Radio at the time. Mm-hmm. And he basically told me like, hey man, I'm kind of like transitioning out. And I was like, well, shit, if this works out, you're the new co-host. And that's basically what happened. So we literally, for some reason, the chemistry just worked and we have just been like hitting the ground running ever since. And like we got to know each other as we podcast. So we were like complete strangers.
Oh, that's awesome. It's amazing. I've been doing some podcasting for a few years myself, and I've made virtual or whatever you want to call it, friends. I've made legitimate friends via podcasting and having people come on. I've ended up being co-host with other podcasters. It's amazing how we can form these friendships with other podcasters. So that's cool that you guys met that way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Weird.
Because you guys have so many episodes, what I've been doing is I've been going through from the start, just hitting the movies that I'm very familiar with. So when I hear your discussions about the film, I can follow along with the conversation. I hear inside my brain, I can see the parts you're talking about. So I've just yesterday finished your Aliens episode. So that's where I am right now. It's like episode 45.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, it's back in the day. And there was a gentleman that was with you. Is he the guy that bailed before the Comic-Con? I don't know what his name is.
I'm not going to name who did that.
No, I don't want to say. You don't have to say names, but
there's one that's very chill. And one that's very excitable,
right.
And the one that's excitable is the one that wind up just like kind of fading away into the ether. He was going through some stuff. He was going through some personal stuff. The one that's very reserved in his speaking is the one that didn't want to he wanted to do it as a hobby. He didn't want to take it, full steam and doing week to week. You heard that's a whole different type of show.
Yeah, it's fun to watch the journey. It's fun to watch the journey at the beginning. So that's how I'm kind of meeting in the middle of not hearing every episode just yet because it's like I'm going through the movies that I'm familiar with. You guys do a great job with your breakdowns. Right. And the first one I did listen to, though, was the Rocky IV episode because I'm a huge Rocky nut.
Good.
Yeah. I'm a huge Rocky nut. Your guys' breakdown of that film was hilarious. It had me laughing. So totally different approach than how I do my podcast. I do another one called Going the Distance, the Rocky series podcast. And so...
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's a fun podcast about Stallone and the Rocky films. And so I had to listen to that one first to get a cut of your jib, and I was sold. You guys are good at what you do, so thank you.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Ryan. It means a lot, dude. Seriously.
How do you guys decide which films you're going to pick, because you guys pick films where I'm like, what is this movie? I don't know what movie you guys are talking about. Where did you find these films? Why do you pick the ones you pick? It seems very random.
In the beginning, we weren't really sure how to do it. I talked to Randy about it because I was like, yeah, because usually that can hurt you when you go too far out. I was talking to Randy. I was like, hey man, I think we should probably mirror movie releases for that year. Hollywood has a bad tendency to recycle ideas. So like if we see anything that's similar, or if it's a remake of something that was already coming out, like Spider-Man movies per se, so on and so forth, we basically mirrored it that way. This year, being 2020 and all, we basically kind of just been playing it by ear for the most part. Like Randy, what about like do we have a plan this year?
At the beginning of the year, I had that same plan. I actually had mapped it out. It was like, okay, these are the movies that are coming out in 2020, and these are the movies that are basically what they were originally. By February, that plan went completely to garbage. We just basically started just picking movies out of hats. And it's like, I haven't seen this movie. I haven't seen this movie. And then we got to a certain point where it's like, hey, they got all the Friday the 13th on the streaming services. And it's, well, I've never seen any of these. And it's, well, I've seen most of these. So we're going to have a fun journey going through these together. And I was like, okay. And that's where we've been so far.
Yeah, that's good to know. I was wondering how you came across the movies you came across. Yeah, Friday the 13th, they're fun movies. I've seen them all. I did the same thing about years ago before podcasting. I just watched them on a whim. I was bored, and I rented them all. Back when you could rent the videotapes, and I rented them all. And just went through them. They're fun, silly movies, but they're not very scary. They're just silly.
Oh, not scary at all. I got to know your best and worst Friday 13th. Randy's going through it right now. I know the gist of some of the movies, but Randy is getting traumatized as we go along. We're at the halfway mark now. We just released part 5 today.
The best one is, well, of course, the original, because I remember when I saw the first one, I always thought Jason was the killer in all the movies. And so I didn't know the lore of the films or really I just knew superficially the goalie mask and all that stuff. So to see that it was the mother killing all the kids, spoiler alert for a 1980 film.
Right. Right.
I haven't watched it in 30 years.
Yeah. So it was really cool that Jason himself he's still in the movie. He's the little boy in the lake that kills that girl or drowns the girl at the end of the movie. What a great ending to a film, quite frankly. Probably the worst one is Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, well, Randy's going to find out soon. But I completely agree with it, and I don't want to spoil why. I do understand. Whenever you get a chance to check out our Jason series, man, we actually try to come up with our own version of
We're going to make a Jason movie eventually. It's going to happen.
It's going to be amazing. We're basically trying to find a way to connect all the tissue for all 10 movies to have it make somewhat sense where it doesn't seem crazy. Because like so far, we're working on a theory that Jason's a cryptid.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, he should not be alive.
No.
How many times can this guy die? But they're fun films.
All the time.
They're fun. All right, so today's topic is top earning actors. This is a 2020 list, but I guess they took the 2019 tax receipt or returns from these people. Right. I tried my darndest, I guess, a total of 5-minute Google search to find the top actress equivalent. And I couldn't find a reliable or current. There was older ones, but not a 2020 list of top earning actresses. So if and when that ever gets released, maybe we'll reinvestigate this as a topic.
They probably won't have that list. It would just make people mad.
They'll probably just combine the top 10 actresses and say, look, they make maybe as much as the number 10 guy on this list. The girls don't.
Yeah.
What's 60% of these?
Well, it's all about, what's the word I'm looking for? Supply and demand, right? For whatever reason, right. I don't know why it is. I don't know why the industry is the way it is, meaning the film Wonder Woman, for example, box office success, critical darling, but that's a rarity.
Yeah, and it's directed by a woman, too, so it's a lot of deciding factors all into this movie that it literally required a lot of trust in, like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everyone loves this person, this character. It should be fine. And we're going to have a very competent director who's overseen by an entire corporation of dudes. There's not going to be any problems whatsoever. Should be fine.
Do you recall what the biggest complaint about Wonder Woman was when it was first announced?
Her costume. I don't know.
Well, when Gal Gadot was announced as the actress playing Wonder Woman, this is how misogynistic men are.
Oh yeah, I remember. Hang on, go ahead.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, I had a guess, but I'm not there yet. So.
I just remember the first comment. Everyone was like, "Oh, her breasts are too small."
That's the one.
Wow.
That was the one I had.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I was hearing about her not being muscular enough.
If she was busty, they would have been like, who cares about her forearms?
Yeah. We are all in.
Yeah, it's like perfect casting.
We got to follow the plot. We got to make sure.
I know.
We can't have them all over the place. We got to focus on the story here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, female-led films, they don't draw. They don't draw the way, I don't know why that is. That's a whole discussion maybe for another day. I can't speculate. It just is what it is. So because male starring type films seem to draw in, the money, and so if these actors are making money, they're going to get paid money by the studios, and they're going to be worth a little bit more. I'm surprised some of these people even made the top 10 and what they're making in a yearly draw. So the first one we have, this one, everyone is familiar with this name. I'm going to ask you guys, when's the last time you saw a Jackie Chan film?
It was The Foreigner, and that was like a couple of years ago.
2017.
Yeah. I'm just happy to see him on the list, honestly. I love this guy. I'm assuming he's probably done some stuff behind the scenes, maybe, like some behind the camera stuff for China, maybe. I'm just happy to see him on the list. Like, I love the guy. If anybody deserves to continually be making a shit ton of money, it's definitely Jackie Chan.
So I should say he made $40 million.
This is net gross. This is not just movies he got paid for. Like,
it's basically from their tax return type stuff. So it's a combination of net, basically what they pulled in last year. So
he could have made $10 million from making a movie, but investments in like insurance companies that he owns could have been like the other 30 million.
Does he have like stock in Mitsubishi? Because he drove every Mitsubishi car in every movie ever.
I'm sure he does.
He's got 5 films in production right now. It's like a bit of a little Jackie Chan resurgence, and a couple of them are sequels. Apparently, Shanghai, another Shanghai. I forget what it's called, Shanghai Dawn, maybe, but it's another Shanghai movie.
Wow! Oh no!
What's that guy's name? Oh man, it escapes me.
Owen Wilson.
Right. And then Rush Hour 4 was announced.
Wow.
What? Why?
You know why? Because Bad Boy 3 exists.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I didn't want another Rush Hour after Rush Hour 3.
What's your thoughts on Chris Tucker?
He's okay.
He's a great guy. He should stop acting.
Where's he acting? He disappeared and never came back. See, at least Dave Chappelle came back, but I feel like Chris Tucker disappeared and we never really saw him.
He did like one stand-up special. I think he knew he needed to just call it a day. I'm assuming Jackie just threw a bunch of money at him and was like, come back. And he's like, all right, to hell with it.
Yeah, so Jackie Chan had a good run. I mean, a really good stateside run from like 95 until like 2005 or 6 or 7. Then he started the Kung Fu Panda films. Then he did the 2010 Karate Kid film, which he did a great job in that film, I think.
I actually like that movie.
Not bad. Yeah.
I actually like the movie.
And then he went kind of incognito. A lot of his films after that were all, like you guys were saying, Chinese-based. Well, that's where he's from. It's his home country. And that's where a lot of the draw comes from. He was in one movie that made $156 million worldwide, but all that money was in China. And it's called The Climbers. It came out in 2019. It's about a group of climbers that climb up Mount Everest in the 60s.
Nice.
So he's still making money.
Crazy.
China money. So I should say, where are you guys based from? We should make that known to my audience that where you guys
Unfortunately, it's Texas.
Texas.
It's rough.
Great state
Honestly,
of Texas.
I listened to the show you had when you had Tony on from One Big Toilet. We were talking about Donald Trump, and then you were talking about how healthcare is up there. I just got sad. I just got really jealous of Canada. I was like, man, just... And you made one joke about how like people like joked about how hard it is to get to college and paying for it. You're like, I don't know what that means. I'm just openly weeping in my car. Like this is just painful. Are you able to adopt this? I know we're a few years younger than us, but can you? I know you got like a lot of kids already too, but we can help around, man. We can share. Just my elbow hurts sometimes, man. I want to do something about it.
Well, make a doctor's appointment, and you'll get referred to a specialist, and you'll get some physio.
See? They already have a system in place for this.
It's pretty simple. I don't know. You see your family practitioner. He sends you to a specialist. Basically, the family practitioner, he says, yes, your elbow is hurting. I can see that. Let me refer you to the elbow people, and they'll take care of your elbow. That's how it works.
No, they just give me a stick to bite down on here. That's basically our plan.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry,
luck.
guys.
They give you one tree branch and like a wrap and duct tape, and now that's $45,000, and then you'll pay the lady up front. That's what happens.
Oh, man. Oh, that's crazy, guys. Who's got number 9?
I do. Adam Sandler. Earnings estimate of $41 million. I have watched Adam Sandler's movies since I was a teenager. And as I got older, that statement has become less true. Because I honestly believe a lot of this money, this this money that he comes from is not from like, oh, look how much money I've made and like who I am and all the movies I'm in. I really honestly believe it's more of, yeah, I make a movie, but I produce 4 more movies for other people, my friends and other people who are funnier than I am. And it's like, yeah, I get that. Actors don't make a lot of money in the sense of they make a movie and then they have a bunch of money. No, they make a movie, then they do deals, then they do promise, then they do like licensing, and then they do back alley stuff. They make money off something, but then they use that money to make money off of their money they just made. And I feel like that's Adam Sandler to a T. He made 4 good movies back in 1990, whatever. He's been living off those 4 movies, off the royalties. I make Grandma's Boy, and then I make TV shows for Kevin James. I make animation for other kids and stuff. He's a producer now. He's not an actual actor. He's a producer.
Well, he had like a big Netflix deal that he's still locked into, isn't he?
I think he's got 5 movie deal with them, and he burned through 3 of them so far.
Wasn't The Wrong Missy one of them recently?
With David Spade and another funny actress that I can't think of.
When it comes to Adam Sandler, everything you said is true in the sense of who he is, kind of what he's like as an actor or the movies. I understand that he's junk food. I don't go to an Adam Sandler film or watch a film of his knowing that I'm going to get any kind of sustenance or anything. I'm not going to learn anything. I understand the criticism that everyone has on him. I'm kind of bought into him a little bit. I did watch him in the Saturday Night Live days. I was a fan of his during those days. So when he went on to do the silly movies, I guess that's just who he is. The same way maybe I'm a Stallone fan. He does action movies. That's just what he does. Adam Sandler does Adam Sandler movies. So if you don't, I'm not saying you guys, but if somebody doesn't like his voice or the way he is, you're just not going to like anything he does.
Have you guys seen Uncut Gems?
Funny enough, that's the one I still haven't seen.
Brandon keeps raving about it, and he's like, it's really, really good. And
it's amazing.
Totally it's a totally different take on Adam Sandler. And I'm just like, there hasn't been enough energy to watch something new for me. I don't know why. Because
if you want to see him actually try and not take a vacation and just like collect a check, you need to watch Uncut Gems. It is an excellent movie. He did an amazing job. He completely got snubbed.
And I'm going to see. It's just one of those things. I'm just busy with kids and life and these silly podcasts. Sometimes I don't get to watch the movies that I want to watch.
I honestly feel like he made more money off of Hotel Transylvania than he did anything else.
You do the commercial box office type films to get your paycheck, and then you do the art house films for your talent. It's kind of the formula.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you really want to make bank, you make the kids film because they show that everywhere, and you got toys and like video games.
Talk to Ice Cube. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He admits it. You want to make money? Make family films. At the end of the day, would you be complaining?
No, these are like, yeah.
But as a viewer, I get it. Like, if you're a consumer of this product, whatever it might be, yeah, they're making millions, but I don't enjoy the product. You don't enjoy the product. But I do want to see Uncut Gems. His Netflix movies have been silly fun. Like, The Wrong Missy was a fun production. I like David Spade, too. Again, if you don't like David Spade, you'll never like any of his movies. It's one of those kind of...
Amen.
David Spade is David Spade in whatever he does.
I enjoy Joe Dirt.
I liked him better with Chris Farley, but...
Yeah. He's a good straight man.
Oh, Chris Farley, rest in peace. Ugh, every time I hear his name or think of him, it breaks my heart. One of the few celebrities that have passed away in my lifetime that I legitimately still miss. All right, number 8.
It's Will Smith, man. The earnings estimate was $44.5 million. I don't think it's from movies necessarily. I know Bad Boys 3 was a big payday for him.
Sure.
I know he's done a lot of production stuff too. I know they're making money with that Red Table stuff they've been doing. Kudos to them for like having this whole entanglement debacle happen, but they got paid doing it on their own show.
I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I find it very uncomfortable.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree.
What? It's consenting adults. Whatever they want to do is fine.
Well, no, they didn't have sex on the table. I would have rather watched that.
Is that not what happened? I didn't actually watch it.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but it was my understanding that it was them face to face having a conversation about Jada stepping out on their marriage with some loser. The guy. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst.
Looking at this guy, I would think, man, I would have had a chance at Jada.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you were the right place, right time, buddy, you'd have been christened. You'd have been super lucky.
To me, he seems like one of the good guys.
I mean, yeah. I've noticed him and Margot Robbie's chemistry was like very on fire.
Have you seen her?
Again, I understand. Like the water's wet, the sun is hot. Margot Robbie's amazing. Like I enjoyed the power move of it because, the Will and Jada dynasty of like their marriage is always like the blueprint. Everyone refers to them as like the couple. So like the fact that it was Trouble in Paradise and everyone's upset, but they actually was able to bank on their own drama and like get ahead of it and literally just squash it. They don't have to have, they control the narrative. It's their show. If anything was out of hand, they could edit it and fix it to however they want to do it. It was an amazing power move. And the fact that they benefited from their own issues, I think is just genius in itself. Like, because I know I couldn't do that. Like, if anything bad happens to me and I'm a celebrity or whatever, I'm at TMZ's whim and I'm screwed. Or the Shade Room or whatever social media thing. I'm at their mercy. Yeah. So, I mean, by props to them. But, like, I know he made money off of that, which is cool. Because I'm probably like a year behind. Because I know he had a hand in some music stuff as well. I think with his kids too. Because like they got their hands in everything.
A Hollywood mogul through and through. His children, his wife. I followed him in his Fresh Prince days. I used to watch the show when it was on the air. I was a fan of his early rap. With Parents Who Don't Understand, DJ Jazzy Jeff. I had both the tapes. Little did I know when I was a teenager this guy was going to be who he is today. It blows my mind because I remember when he broke into film with 6 Degrees of Separation. I was like, what does he think he's doing? He's a TV star. He's a rapper. What's he doing in this movie? He's trying to be all serious and whatever. I'm like, oh, little did we know this guy had the talent that he has, and I like him. He's one of those actors where the personality off screen actually helps me like him on screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I can't find anyone that has really anything bad to say.
Yeah, other than Jada's ex-boyfriend, maybe, but I don't know. Anyways, good for them for working out. There's been other stupid rumors that they have an open marriage or that he himself might be bisexual, and to me, I don't care. Like you said, they're two consenting adults. Whatever they work out, they work out. Good for them.
Exactly. I'm always going to enjoy Fresh Prince reruns. I'm always going to enjoy. I think that's why I like him so much. Is like all the weird stuff, the rumors and whatnot. They're still not as inflammatory as the Bill Cosby rumors or anything crazy like that. They're building a dynasty, man. You got his daughter Willow's like doing all these like really crazy art installations and all this other stuff. His son actually became a good rapper out of nowhere because I laughed at him at first, and then Icon came out, and I was like, holy crap, that's actually pretty good. And then Will jumps on the remix, and I'm like, this is more money for them, man. I can't I can't get mad at these guys.
What was the guy's name again?
His son?
No, the one that fooled around with Jada.
Oh, it was August something.
Okay.
Just the worst. Be a good side hoe, man, and just shut up. Just
that's just it. I mean? That's just it. He didn't have to say anything.
He didn't say anything. Like, you get to die with that truth. Like, who cares, man? Like, if I got lucky enough, if she told me to keep the secret, I'll die with it. I would die with it.
Of course you would. I'd have to die with it, or my wife would kill me. But yeah,
I mean, that too. Yeah, that too. I would get flayed.
I'd be okay.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, I have one where when I saw the name, this is number 7. When I saw the name on this list, I didn't know who it was till I Googled the name. Right, and then I saw, oh, this person is associated with this thing. Okay, now I see why he's made the money that he's made. This is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I might be saying it's now probably Manuel or Lin-Manuel Miranda. Did you know the name without Googling the name when you guys saw
it?
Okay. So I'm just uncultured. Roger that.
Not that. No, it's not that. Randy's a super fan, and by association, by proxy, I learned about him. So it's mainly Randy that's the cultured one.
Okay, well, I'll say briefly what I know about him. He is the main character of Hamilton. He plays Hamilton in that Broadway hit Hamilton, which is now in Disney Plus. Have you guys seen this yet?
Yep.
Okay. What little I know is he actually did a rap regarding Hamilton, and then it kind of just snowballed into the Broadway, which snowballed into him being the superstar that he is now. What's your guys' experience with Hamilton, the play, the Broadway, him as did you know him before Hamilton? Maybe.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
No. I'm going to go with no. Yeah.
Okay. So what does Hamilton mean to you?
Where do I start?
I actually don't know anything about it. Maybe it's because I'm Canadian. I don't know. I know it has to do with the signing, right, of Declaration of Independence. Is that right? Am I saying this right?
Kind of.
Okay.
The story of how America made its first bank, the most boring story you can think of, and is like how America set up its financial districts, told through a stylized, visually entertaining rap musical. That's Hamilton, which is the most insane idea you've ever heard.
Sounds thrilling.
Because it sounds like it's going to be, you're going to sit there and it's going to be like, yeah. But consider you're also going to have war and murder and infidelity and insanity. And it's all going to be mushed together in this 2-hour juggernaut of a piece. I had never seen the play. I'd only actually listened to the soundtrack of Hamilton before I had saw it on Disney Plus. My brain is very visual, so it created this monumental kind of visual display inside my own head. And when I saw the play, I was like, hey, that's about the same. That's awesome. This is awesome. And I get why you would spend $2,000 a ticket to watch this.
That's how much people are paying?
That's how much
a shit ton of money, bro. Yeah. Most of this is residuals from just getting plays, man.
Well, I heard I heard he's getting 3% from royalties every year for that.
But not only that, Lin-Manuel is not only just a talented actor, singer, songwriter, producer, and costume designer, and basically he built this thing from the ground up. He was also a rapper with his friends who had musical talents. He also did several soundtracks in the last 10 years, Moana and part of Aladdin, Mary Poppins for Disney. Disney asked him to do a lot of the soundtracks for their last couple live action films. And
okay.
Yeah, it's not just Hamilton. He's also a big proponent of music.
Right. I didn't think he was a one-note wonder. I don't know anything about the play. I couldn't even tell you what any of this. I'm going to watch it eventually. I really should. I should become more cultured. You only have so much time into any given day to watch something. I just never got around to this. But now I have Disney Plus. I like it. And I was surprised that it ended up on Disney Plus. Do you know why it ended up there? You mentioned he's done work with Disney. Is that why? Because he did work with Disney? Does this have anything to do with a Disney type product or feel?
It really does not. And honestly, it would be a Miramax kind of thing if it was going to be anywhere near Disney. That's probably the connection. They had the ability, the streaming source, to push this product out. They already had the video. They made the recording back in 2016. They kept it just in case. I feel like they were working towards actually producing a live action Hamilton movie. In the Heights was supposed to release June of 2020, this year.
Right.
I feel like that was supposed to be the test subject. If you like Lin-Manuel's music and movies and stuff, this is a period piece in which it's from 1990 and about the harsh Puerto Rico deportation that they had in New York City. And it's an event that's not very entertaining, but it is entertaining when it's told through this story. Do you guys like it? Okay, then we're going to push this Broadway play that was on Broadway's #1 list for the past, 16 weeks, and we're going to make a movie out of it, and it's going to make bank so much money.
No kidding.
But then, the world went on pause, and it's, we need something that livens people up. And then, we have this test footage that we've just been watching and thinking about making into an actual movie. Do you guys want to release this? And yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't cost us anything. And then we already have the streaming services, and if you want to see Hamilton on Disney Plus, it's going to cost you $8. That's it.
Now that you both have seen the Disney Plus version or the play, the Broadway play. Now you've seen it, how much would you pay to see this on Broadway? What's the max you would fork out?
$300.
Surprisingly enough, the tickets for the one that was going to show up at the Hobby Center that's near us in Texas, it was $325. So yeah, that's about where I would pay.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That was borderline Price is Right.
But it would not have been Lin-Manuel. It would have just been the guys who practiced it. And it's
with the original cast. What's the max on Broadway?
Okay.
On Broadway with the original cast, how much would you fork out?
I meant that with the original cast. That's as high as I'm going.
Okay.
But with the B team, like $150, dude. I'm sorry. There's no.
Yeah, that's why I didn't actually pay that. I just looked it up. I was like, nah, I don't feel like paying that much. Yeah, that's sure.
It makes a difference to me to watch the original cast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt came the Civic Center here. It was $96. I like Patton Oswalt, but I don't like him that much.
I do.
It'd be like having Chris Tucker before Dave Chappelle's bit. Same jokes.
$15. $15.
Yeah, but I saw Kevin Smith for $40, so yeah, I'll do that.
Oh,
Bro,
think
you overspent that, buddy.
Ooh, you're not a big Kevin Smith fan. Okay. I like him.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Kevin James. Sorry.
You think of Kevin James. Yeah.
$5.
All right, Ashney Kumar. Who's got that one?
I do. Is that how you said it? Ashkay Kumar.
Akshay. Oh, boy. I don't know.
I think it's Akshay.
Akshay Kumar. His estimated earnings are $48.5 million. I know zero about this person. I went to the internet before we got started.
Oh, sure. I don't blame you. I knew when I gave you this assignment, you drew the short straw.
I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Kumar, and he's one of the most popular actors. I'm going to give it dollars to donuts that he's a Bollywood some kind of star. If he's not a Costner or a Cruise, I'm sure it's a Kumar, and it's like somewhere going to be somewhere near Bollywood. They make a lot of money, and like it's surprising. Like no one talks about how much money that the Indian entertainment industry actually makes. And apparently, yes, he's an Indian nationalized Canadian actor who produces martial arts and television films for Bollywood. He's had over 100 different films. Wow.
So you almost raked in 50 million last year. India is a big country. It's got a lot of people. So in some ways, you could say he's a failing Bollywood star because with 1 billion people, he should be making twice that much. His filmography, I didn't recognize any titles. So he seems to be just, strictly he's a Bollywood star. He's got his foot in that door there, and he's enjoying his life there and making the millions that he makes. But I didn't recognize anything that he's done stateside as a guest star or anything that I could see. So good for him. As far as if you want to pick a worst, it has to be somebody that you've experienced. So we all haven't experienced him. He's kind of defaults off the list. He gets a pass.
Oh, yeah. He gets an absolute pass.
All right, Brandon, do you want to talk about number 5?
Yeah, good old Vin Diesel, man. Jeez Louise. That boy banked $54 million. And I already know that's thanks to the Fast and Furious franchise itself. Mm-hmm. It's all about family.
What's your feelings on the franchise, Fast and Furious?
Oh, I hate it. I never watched a single one until recently. Like, we watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay.
Only because, like, I liked Jason Statham in The Rock. I checked out part 3 of the Fast and Furious because, like, I never seen part 1. I saw part 2 because John Singleton directed it, and I was very curious on a guy that does greedy street movies. Like, how would this pan out? I thought it was okay. Tokyo Drift was horrible, and I never came back. And everybody said, "No, you got to come back. It's great now." And every time I see clips of it, I'm like, "No, this looks awful. This looks absolutely."
I got up to 5, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm out."
I like the Transporter. I watch the Transporter. If I want to see unrealistic car physics, I watch the Transporter like, all day, every day.
Yes.
But
the crazier it gets, I guess, the more money it makes. And I look, again, I don't fault the studios for making money. That's their job. But I just don't understand who's consuming this.
You know who? The people who got Trump in office, man. Like, this is our fault.
You know.
This is our fault.
Just look for the guys who are not wearing masks right now.
That's funny. Yeah, well, they're making a part 9. Fast and Furious Part 9 is coming out, and this individual is coming up later in our list, but The Rock is not in it. He was in like parts 5 through 8, I think, and then he did the spinoff with Jason Statham. But apparently, I thought when this happened, I forget which part it was, part whatever, but there was some real life heat between Diesel and do you guys know anything about that heat or what was going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think Vin felt threatened. Dwayne Johnson's clearly the alpha out of like that group, no matter what.
Out of most men. I mean, look at him.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and try to challenge that guy. Like, it's humanly impossible.
No.
The Rock was getting a lot of traction. Like, once he came on board, that was kind of rubbing Vin the wrong way. And I think egos got in the way. The Rock is used to locker rooms filled with just very big, angry men. So it's like, it's nothing to him. And realistically, if it came down to actual fist fights, Vin's getting, eviscerated, man. So like, it was like this. The Rock has this cool, because I follow him on IG. He has this really cool thing when he's being passive aggressive. He's basically working out very aggressively and just saying cool like mantras, and it's just terrifying. And it's like, well, he wins. It doesn't matter what you do, dude. Like he's doing curls with a chain on his neck with holding a boat anchor. Like there's nothing. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You want to start something? Lifts up a whole boat and is like, come on.
Then starts like just quoting like Confucius and shit. It's like, yeah, you want no part of this guy, man.
I've never enjoyed a Vin Diesel film.
What? Not even Boiler Room, man? Not even...
What? Yeah, how about a movie he's not in? He's in, but not the main star, like Saving Private Ryan.
Pitch Black. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan or Pitch Black, he was good.
Well, when he died in Saving Private Ryan, I cheered. I thought, yes!
There it is. Yeah, Chronicles of Riddick.
No, he's horrible. Yeah, he's a horrible actor.
Hey, you need to Google him selling Street Sharks merchandise. You need to Google that. It's going to make your day.
He's one of those guys that thinks he's tough. He's actually embarrassing. He can't act. He's not big and strong the way he thinks he is.
They found him lifting weights on the beach, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
But
Okay, yeah.
2 quarter pounders, one in each hand.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Man. Them fighting words, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta get heat with Vin. When he acts tough on screen, it's laughable.
The voice helps, man. Because
Oh, yeah.
if I sounded like him, I think I would get plus 10
Oh,
strength.
I'm hearing his voice in my head right now. It's actually irritating.
Or at least, you would like try to do a blues album and like.
I think I can't do a Vin Diesel impression because I keep thinking about Batman, Christian Bale's Batman. I get him
Yeah,
crossed up.
that's what I was doing. That was isn't that the same thing?
It's the same thing.
That decides me.
I live my life 1 quarter mile at a time.
I love Christian Bale, and the fact that Vin is on this list and not Christian Bale, an actual actor, a talented actor, it blows my mind. Okay, well, speaking of Batman, number 4,
Segue.
Ben Affleck. I love Ben. I loved him as Batman, actually, even though those films might not have been the films that people wanted. His part in it and his ability to play Batman, they weren't the problem.
Damn right.
He's coming back, actually. He's doing one more appearance as Batman, though it might not be a very big one. But if you heard about that new Flash movie that's coming out, that's bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman and Ben Affleck as Batman. So there's going to be some sort of time travel, obviously, but or alternate universe travel and time travel. The Flash, I guess, can do that. I'm not a big comic book guy, but I guess the Flash can time travel and jump dimensions. Am I wrong about that?
He's that fast that he messes with time and he screws up big time and causes like a huge ripple effect. That's
Crisis on
basically-
Two Worlds is the first
Oh,
time where
God.
Flash met himself from an alternate universe in Earth 3. Flash
no,
had
Randy.
vibrated so fast that he matched the frequency of Earth 2 and met Jade Garrett. Or Barry Allen had met Jade Garrett from the Silver Age. And they actually had an episode together where they were like, oh, we had to like find a way to get you back home. Yes, the Flash can move so fast that he can pass through interdimensions in the DC universe.
Okay, you gotta walk away, Randy. That's enough. You gotta leave it at that.
Sorry.
'Cause I-
But the Flash movie is going to be Flashpoint, where we're going to see the different types of Batman. And hopefully, they're talking about bringing in Thomas Wayne, and they're going to have that whole Flashpoint universe where they're going to be a Nick Cage Superman, and like it's going to be crazy.
I'm a DC guy. I love the Marvel films. I think I have to tip my hat to the Marvel Studios for making a cohesive, well done. Like, I'm not a football guy, but maybe this analogy won't stick, but even I know who the Patriots are. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
love them or hate them, you can't deny that they built what they built and they destroyed the competition for many years. And that's kind of how I feel about Marvel. It's like, man, they've had the money and the resources to create. It's almost like it was on them not to fail. Like they had no choice but to create, because they had it all together at the very beginning. They had a vision. They had the money behind the vision. They had the creative minds behind the money behind the vision. So of course it worked out. Where I think DC's like, oh wait, we got to do this too. They're kind of the underdogs, and they messed up a little bit. But I love the characters of the DC universe more. I like Batman more.
Oh, no.
I like Superman more, and I like the Flash more than anyone that's in Marvel.
I'm well aware that DC characters are iconic. They're iconic as hell. Like they matter. And I think the fact that they had so much weight on them mattering so goddamn much is why that's almost to their detriment. Because you have people who have this really high expectation of Superman. If they don't meet that expectation, there's a problem. No one's really just banking on Iron Man like that. If Robert Downey just wants to wing it and be cool and make Iron Man by default look cool, then we win. And then that's how that works for them. If Batman doesn't act a particular certain way, or if he slaps somebody the wrong way, it's a problem. Superman, if he doesn't smile when he drinks a glass of milk, it's a problem. It's a bigger microscope for the DC guys. My heart goes out to him. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. Seeing him just beat the shit out of people was just the best. I needed that.
No, it's weird. He hasn't. I'm just looking at his filmography here. He made $55 million. He hasn't done anything since Justice League. He did that way back film.
The basketball movie. I don't know how much that made. I mean, did he direct anything or produce anything recently?
Well, I'm just looking.
Probably.
No,
Like a
he
lot of
didn't.
stuff.
He was an executive producer of Justice League,
That means nothing.
but that was 2017. Then he was in that movie Triple Frontier. I don't know if you saw that. That was actually a great movie. It's on Netflix.
No, I haven't. Okay, I need to see that.
It's good.
Oh man,
it's really good. But I mean, yeah, but that was 2019. Maybe he got it. But 55 million. That he must be getting DC money.
has to be. It's probably like toy rights or something, man. Or maybe the DC app. There's
Maybe
money
it's
coming
not
in
money.
from
Maybe
having
it's
it on
something else.
Yeah. Well, he's doing the reshoots for Zack Snyder's Justice League as well.
there. They're doing current reshoots for that?
They dumped another 20 million into that.
So the Snyder Cut, they're actually going to come back and add to the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
That's actually happening.
there was still stuff that needs to be finished. So yeah, that's why it's coming a year later.
So basically what happened was, Zack Snyder left the film because his daughter committed suicide. So he left production to take care of family stuff. I mean, if there's ever a reason to leave production, it's because people thought, oh, he's leaving because the company's not happy with his vision. That's not true. His daughter just committed suicide during filming, so he's like, his head wasn't in the game. Joss Whedon came in, and apparently Joss Whedon was a dick on set. I did the Avengers. I can do this. I'll make this movie into an Avengers type film, but you can't have an Avengers tone in a DC universe, and it didn't work.
No.
People were saying there is a Zack Snyder's cut, there's a Zack Snyder's cut, and everyone kept denying. What it was is that there was a Zack Snyder vision that wasn't shown on film. Zack Snyder got HBO to say, hey, like, we'll help fund this with you guys, or with you. We'll do some reshoots. Mm-hmm. And what they're going to do is it's going to be a 4-part miniseries on HBO, 1-hour episodes each.
I'm in. I thought they were just going to show the stuff that was cut out. I thought it was just going to be a version of Justice League.
They're redoing some of the CGI.
4-hour-long Justice League movie that they're cutting into 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Jesus. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I can't act like I want to see it. I want to see it.
All the same, Ben Affleck made $55 million somehow last year. Who knows? I don't know. Jeez. That's incredible.
Because he's definitely going through it. So, yeah, good for him. I need to figure out how.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how he made it. Number 3.
Mark Wahlberg. Estimated earnings $58 million. Good old Marky Mark. It's like I'm trying to remember the first Mark Wahlberg movie I had ever seen, and
There's a teen movie where he played a bad guy, Crush. Was that what it was called? He played like a stalker boyfriend back in the 90s. I think that was the first one.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
Or something like that.
It was Fear.
Fear.
No.
Fear. That's right.
He totally was that crazy stalker guy. That's right. 'Cause I remember the song Machine Head for some reason. Anytime I think about that movie, I think about Machine Head.
No.
That breather. That's all I remember. I've never seen the movie. I just know that's the song.
Do you like him as an actor?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Pain and Gain, I think, is like the anchor Mark Wahlberg movie for me to like where I can't like just say he's a bad actor because I really, really liked him. That one and Boogie Nights are like his 2 marquee performances for me personally.
I'm just trying to think where he's getting his money from. Again, maybe royalties, commercials.
Transformers, maybe.
Wahlburgers.
Oh yeah, the restaurant and the reality show.
Don't forget, he was also a producer of the Entourage. He must be still getting Entourage money, royalties.
Yep.
Has to be.
And Boardwalk Empire, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was executive producer.
And Ballers and McMillions.
Okay.
Dude.
He don't make movies.
So he's making royalty money off everything.
Yeah.
Dang, he about to say hi to everybody's mom.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everything works out for Mark Wahlberg's life. You know, he's ugly.
There he.
Damn, Ryan. I wasn't ready for that at all. That was just... Yeah, I mean, the legal stuff that he's done in his past is pretty rough. That's kind of why you got a high pitched yeah from us. So you like him as an actor? Actor, yeah. Human being.
What are some
he
things?
he has a litany of hate crimes.
Oh, I heard about that. What happened?
All the races that matter. He had a sample of platter and hate crimes. Just everyone's covered. Ash K. Kumar, like I think that's the only group of people he hasn't attacked yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, I forgot he did that in August '92. Wahlberg fractured the jaw of his neighbor Robert Crehan. Court documents state that in '92, Wahlberg, without provocation or cause, viciously and repeatedly kicked Crehan in the face while another man, Derek McCall, held the victim on the ground. Wahlberg's attorney claimed that Wahlberg and McCall, who is black, were provoked after McCall was called a racial slur by Crehan. The lawsuit was settled between the two parties, avoiding the criminal trial. I hope he's changed his ways since he was in 90. I mean, 92 was a little while ago.
That was a while back, yeah. Was that Funky Bunch era?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still trying to kind of like wants to
He
be
had
a
street cred to
rapper.
maintain. Yeah. He had to maintain that street cred. He had to
Rapper.
send them good vibrations to that person's face on the ground.
Oh, yeah, there was some other stuff when he was 15, where obviously I can't repeat what he said, but he was chasing the black children, throwing rocks at them, and this is terrible stuff. That's not
He was
good.
on the blanks here, of
You
guys.
said he was ugly. You're fine. You said he was ugly. It's okay.
He's ugly.
we're
He's
cool
ugly.
here.
There you
I
go.
would have been fine with that. His soul is ugly.
Yeah.
Don't go to my house, Mark.
Please don't find out where I live, man.
But I hope he recovers. I hope he's okay.
He'll be fine. He has $58 million. He'll be fine. He's stupid rich. Throw money on the body.
We have number 2.
Yeah, man. Good old Ryan Reynolds, man. Like, how do you not, excluding Mark Wahlberg and Vin Diesel, like, it's mainly just likability as far as like people like, just personality wise. Because I can't think of anything frustrating about Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
he's a handsome man.
Very handsome man.
He looks amazing in glasses. Detective Pikachu, I surprisingly loved the shit out of that movie.
It was a fun movie.
He has his hands in other stuff this year because he has like alcohol now. I forgot, aviation vodka or something.
Do you see how much he made last year? That's okay. 71.5 million.
Yeah, that's a shit ton of money, man.
That's almost, it's like 13 more million than Mark Wahlberg, who's number 3. So that's a big jump. I wouldn't even guess he would have been in the top 10, let alone number 2.
I'm not that surprised, only because like I'm pretty sure there's like Deadpool movie merch that's still being circulated, moving
That must
around.
be what it
like,
is.
On top of the Detective Pikachu merch that's coming through. I know he was executive producer for a lot of things. Was he executive producer for the Netflix movies he did?
Yeah, so he did that 6 Underground, but no, he just got paid for it. He wasn't part of the production team, yeah. But there's the Hitman's Bodyguard, part 2 is coming out. At the end of the day, it just must be Deadpool money.
Guys, get ready for the untitled Netflix time travel project.
Mm.
He's a producer of a TV series. It's called Don't.
Yeah.
How is he making 70 million off a TV show you don't know much about? There's no way.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Drug companies.
I don't know.
He's dealing cocaine.
I would do Ryan Reynolds cocaine. I would do his brand of cocaine. I'd do it.
Yep.
Residuals from Van Wilder. That's what he's getting his money. The Van Wilder franchise was getting them paid.
Again, it's that comic book money. It must be the same thing with Ben Affleck. It must be just some sort of comic book money.
But he does have an alcohol line, though. A lot of people are drinking in 2020, man.
Yeah, true.
Aviation gin. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, it's gin.
He also about starting an online bank.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Well, shit.
He's had really bad luck with women. He was unfortunately married and divorced to Scarlett Johansson, so that's rough. He's currently married to the very homely Blake Lively. So I really...
Oh, you're being sarcastic.
I see. Let me laugh harder then.
This is why he's in such a good mood at all times, man. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having his looks, his money, and his wife? Like, you're not having a bad day.
Somebody somewhere else on the other side of this universe has the monkey paw that's giving like, why are all the good things happening to him?
Is Vin Diesel married?
That's a good question.
Oh, no, he's got a partner. Paloma Jimenez.
Let me see what she looks like.
Yeah.
That sounds made up.
No, she's yeah, that's yep. He did that. He's doing just fine, guys.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing okay.
He's got beautiful children with her, so yeah, good for him. So he's doing just fine. Good for him. Okay. All right, well, we've already talked about number 1. This individual, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
Very little surprise. He was also number 1 last year as well. His estimated earning $87.5 million. Now, this kind of makes sense because The Rock is literally in everything.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He plays the same character in like 5 movies.
But the
he has
same
a tequila.
shirt and everything.
Yep, that same button-up tan shirt. He also has a deal with Under Armour. He's getting a ton of money from his endorsements. The XFL, he's going to turn that around and make money off of that because he bought that for pocket change, man.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. He has 3 kids. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he got divorced recently, or am I wrong about that?
I think he got married again recently.
Okay, to a Lauren Hashian. Have you seen what she looks like?
No, but let's go back to the Google machine. You said
Yeah.
Lauren.
Hashian. Well, she's pretty.
Oh, Google knows what we're talking about. Wait, what? Come on, man. In comparison to Paloma, I'm sorry. I'm about to say nay. Still attractive. Vin's winning in the wife department.
Okay, but The Rock is winning both in looks, personality, and money.
I mean, yeah.
I like Dwayne. Seems like a nice guy, a hard worker, class act. I loved him in wrestling during those Raw and SmackDown
Hell
days.
yeah.
In fact, he's one of the reasons why I went back to watching wrestling was him and Stone Cold. And he was incredible in the ring. Great performer, even when he was a heel. And then when he went to do movies, I remember thinking, oh, he's going the movie route from a wrestler. And he proved me wrong with the great movie, The Rundown. He's never looked back. When he's in a movie, he's not boring to watch.
No, he's not. And he never gave up because he had movies that would have literally put him into like Hulk Hogan territory for sure. Like
Sure,
Tooth Fairy. He never stopped plugging away. And he kept going. You knew he had potential when he did Be Cool,
Yes.
where he had no issue playing like this gated character, and like he was a very endearing character in that. He has like legitimate textbook definition of like charisma, man, and like everything he does, you can't help but cheer for this dude to like do better. Like he's legitimately the people's champ. It's not even a joke. Like as corny as that is, but it's just like it's you want to see him win. I'm not mad at it, man. And then him even like coming forward saying that he was having issues with depression and whatnot. I'm like, how, Rocky?
Right.
But for him to even come out and talk about that and literally like persevere and just get even more swole, like,
he's huge. It's ridiculous.
Literally, when he was in amazing shape, he was sad, and now that he's in like Olympian shape, he's fine.
Superhuman strength now. Like, oh, I'm still sad.
His films have grossed over $3.5 billion and $10.5 billion worldwide, I should say. Yeah, the guy brings the money. He's, of course, got the TV series Ballers, which I have not watched.
Me neither.
I'm not a big football guy. I just don't watch it as it's probably like Entourage meets football, I think is what it is. I think, or something like that. I don't know. Is it behind the scenes stuff, or
he's like a sports agent? He's a former player, sports agent.
Okay.
I think Any Given Sunday and not Entourage. What was the other show? It was
behind the scenes stuff type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, it's I don't think it's on anymore, but there was 47 episodes on HBO, so that's not too bad. It's a good run. I think anyone that dabbles in HBO, I think they get residuals because their shows are always on HBO. Even when the show is once and done, it stays on the HBO on demand. He gets contractually, he gets money every year for keeping that show on. Yeah.
He's winning, man. And he got that, I think I can't pronounce the tequila. It's like Aramana tequila or something. Like he just came out with that tequila line, I think earlier this year.
Nice.
Or late last year. I really feel like these alcohol partnerships are like has a lot to do with this money, man. Because him and Ryan both have alcohol. They're on booze lines. And I think, because Diddy's doing well. He has his own alcohol as well as Puffy. I think we need to get into the alcohol market, bro.
I think so too.
Isn't there a drink after Colt 45? Am I wrong?
It's a COLT 45. Yeah, it's a malt liquor. It's not good. It's not good at all. But,
it's gross.
But we're gonna come up with some fancy schmanch name and just put it on like some crappy Boone's Farm liquor. But just I need to think of a douchey name. I can't think of nothing right now. My improv skills went to shit.
It's like,
that's okay.
The gentleman's concierge. That's what we're gonna.
There it is. Yeah.
All right, well, this has been an absolute joy with you guys going over these actors and talking about our likes and dislikes and some of our feelings on what these individuals have produced for the entertainment world. We understand that these people aren't changing the world as far as making it a quote-unquote better place necessarily, but when it comes to entertainment, as with all best of lists or top lists, there's still somebody or something that for whatever reason, falls short of the best, in fact, is the worst. Are all three of us agreeing with one person, or do we have
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
I would be shocked. Because what's sad is like one of them should be on the list, but he's not.
My pick is Vin Diesel. Is the worst.
Agreed.
Okay. Anyone disagree with that pick, and why?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
But it should be the one that did hate crimes, but it's not.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we can somehow place the hate crimes onto Vin Diesel?
I know, right? If only Vin Diesel did Boogie Nights, he would have a chance.
What nationality is Vin Diesel?
That's a fantastic question.
Clay. We're just made of clay.
I think a slump of clay would have more charisma on film than. Well, that's almost no fun. I'm glad the conversation was much more fun because the reveal was very boring. I mean, we all just. I would be surprised any of our listeners. In fact, tweet at us, email us, or message us in the comments below saying that we're wrong. I don't think anyone listening to this episode will disagree that Vin's the worst.
No, yeah, you're right.
It's hard, man. Vin doesn't have a burger franchise. Like I'm really trying to because it should be Mark.
Yeah,
it really should be.
He's better than Vin.
He just edges him out, both in money and in, it's just not. It's an unfair world, man. But it is what it is. You shouldn't have made Triple X Part 3.
I stand by it. There's no good film. Vin has never made a good film.
I'm only saying Pitch Black because he.
What about Iron Giant?
Was he the voice of the Giant?
He was the voice of
He
the giant.
was.
The one.
Vin Diesel's voice work, he's fine because he's also Groot.
As long as
So,
he's
like,
not in it, he's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't show his face.
If we don't know it's him, he's okay.
He has to be a disembodied voice.
If only the Inhumans had gone through, then he would just been in there and not talk at all.
His wife is insanely hot. He'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll listen to this podcast and cry and his millions of dollars.
He'll dry his eyes. He'll dry his eyes with his wife's giant breasts. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
What I love about your show is you have the body count at the end of the episode, and then you have the nudity count. Do you continue that theme song into later seasons, or is that just an early season?
Oh no, it never goes away. The Skin Deep song is actually done by my best friend from college. It's my friend Mo LeVar. Dude, he did me such a solid because I asked him to make the sound drop for me. I was like, hey man, is there any way you can make a sound drop for me for this nudity stuff? All I need is 30 seconds. He was like, oh yeah, sure, I got you, bro. And then he called me back. He's like, hey man, I made a mistake. It's like almost a minute. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, but let me hear it. And I was like, oh, I don't give a damn, dude. I'm playing it forever. Even if there's no nudity, I'm playing it every episode.
Yeah, that's what I love is you'll do it for movies that there's no way, shape, or form they'll have.
It's one of the best things ever. I'm definitely gonna call him and let him know that you liked it, man.
Oh, I love it.
Always,
Now I love it more knowing that it's an original from your buddy. That's even better. I love that.
that's awesome, man. I would definitely let him know, dude, because that's one of the best things he's ever given the show, man. Like hands down.
I love it when you guys talk about what did we see for nudity? One and a half breast. That was funny too when he said side boob is a half a breast. I love it. It's been a real joy and pleasure having you guest host on this, and
we definitely gotta get you on, man. We're trying to get everybody from the Gamma Gator fam to get on, man. So we definitely gotta get you on there, man. Honestly, we haven't done any other of the Rocky movies, buddy. So like those are still on the table. It's all up to you. The door's wide open. You just let us know, man. Whatever you want. It's literally dealer's choice, man. It's up to
okay.
you, buddy.
Well, let me think of a film. I'd love to come on and crack wise with with the choice. Okay. Well, just plug yourself one more time before we end things here.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Cult45 Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on any podcasting app that's out there. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You name it, we're out there.
Thank you so much. And remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud, and we're here to help you find it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on today.
Man, thanks for having us, dude. This was awesome.
Thank you.
And yay, Canada.
Yay, Ryan Reynolds.
Gamma Gator Productions.